So
we are the sunshine.
instead of sitting here singing,
do work in here. I don't see why we do this in here personally.
That shines through
just turn the heavy adult.
so great.
All is counted from top to bottom.
Till that is done, we ain't going away. The other day, votes, they were uncounted by the committee till all was done. Final count secret to all but Pixie and the chair of the committee. Late in the evening, the very next day, of late was counting someone but who? No numbers published, there were still ballots, uncounted from where and counted by whom.
It's time for the office to close, and I'm asking you politely to please leave.
So, Pixie, you know the number of the signatures for the general membership meeting, and we know that we have enough, so we'd like, first of all, to see the signatures and have the count. That's number one. Number two, we would like to have you post a message to the membership that there will be a general membership meeting, say Friday,
Which we have the signatures for.
because we have the signatures, and it's our right.
All right. You don't have the signatures.
We do. You told us you didn't know how many.
Well, wait. She listened to us. Come on.
I asked Sherry to check the signatures, and incidentally, Paula, there's no reason for you to be here. The officers will let you go. All right. Could you please make sure that she can get her car out, please? She's one of our
We will also make
employees.
sure that she can get her car
We'll
out.
make
There's
sure.
no reason
that
that
way.
she should be in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I asked to have the number of signatures checked on Friday, and there were not enough signatures.
How many were there?
I don't know. I just know there weren't enough.
Where are
Who
the
told you how many
Does, though.
signatures there were?
I answered your question.
Who?
Well,
No.
you didn't answer it
I
fully.
did. I
Who told you?
Excuse me, Eduardo, you're
Can you
interrupting.
tell her not to interrupt because she's just...
Melanie,
I won't
all right,
interrupt.
thank you.
So, who
15%
told you
pay raise.
how many
It's
signatures there were, or that it wasn't enough?
The person who's in charge of counting them.
Who's in charge of counting them?
I don't think that I need to out the person who's in charge of them.
Out them?
Because I don't want you or anybody else harassing that person. I'm the president. You asked me a question.
You are insinuating that
No.
we would harass somebody.
Well, I feel as though people are being harassed right now. Paulo,
We have nothing but the best of wishes for you.
thank you, sir. See you, Paula.
Hold on, I'd like to
I answered the question as best I could.
Where are the signatures?
I don't know. I don't know where everything in this office is kept.
Could you find out?
Well,
It's 5 o'clock.
that's fine.
Our employees are gone.
That's okay. But
We
you're the
asked you where the
president. So look for
we
them.
asked you where the signatures were on Friday, and you didn't bother to. We had how many days?
We've
Today,
been asking
Wednesday,
for
Monday?
weeks.
There aren't enough. That is the answer to the question. Do you have another question?
Yes. How do you know there aren't enough?
Because they were counted. I answered that question already. I was told there weren't enough. We need 20%. There are not 20% signatures.
20% of what?
The membership.
And how many is
She
that?
doesn't
I
know the
don't
number
know
of
the
how
answer
many
to
people
that
are in the
because it
district.
changes every day.
Is it
every
more
day.
like
And I s-
200? Is it more like 1,500? Is it more like 1,600, 1,700, 1,800?
What, membership?
Yeah.
It's somewhere between 1,800 and 1,900.
Okay. We have over 400 signatures.
Well, they're
and
not here in this
380
office.
would be the 20% of
They're not
1,900.
here in this office. There are not 400. Why would I?
Are they-
Why would I be lying
Do
to
they-
You didn't
you?
know how many
I
there were.
am
How can
not
you
a person who
obviously
lies.
all of a
Am
sudden
I-
know how many there are? You didn't know how many there were a minute ago.
I still don't. She asked me about. I told her between 18 and 1,900.
What number did she use to direct her office person? to
I
find out how
haven't
many
given
20%?
anyone direction
So how
on
did your
it.
office person know how many they needed?
Because she will, when she believes that there is close enough numbers of signatures in order to call a membership meeting, then she will do a count, an exact count of members, so that we have that number right there and we know.
So she hasn't done an exact count of the number of members.
Not recently,
I don't understand how she can say there aren't enough signatures if she
because,
hasn't done a
well,
count.
she did it last week and there weren't.
On what basis do you, as her supervisor, expect her to base her belief as to whether there are
Oh,
enough
that-
signatures or not?
I answered the question as best I could.
No, this is a new question.
Yes, I did.
On what basis is she basing her belief on?
I answered the question as best I could.
By weight?
Is it,
Hi,
hi, is it possible, if I should just, is it
Who are you?
possible, my name is Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on the phone with you, Bill,
Yeah, I
right?
did, thank you, I appreciate you talking to me. You're very refreshing, and there's a lot of control. Is there a way that somebody could work with you in finding the list? Working in terms of
Not
knowing-
tonight,
Not
Bill.
tonight, not tonight, no, it's not reasonable to do it tonight.
Of course
But within a
it's
certain,
not. It would be
within.
Actually, it's very reasonable.
It's after hours. I was supposed to be at a community meeting at 4 o'clock, and I turned around because I was concerned about Paula. Excuse me a minute. Hi.
Did she tell you yet how the votes were counted, how the provisional ballots were counted? Anybody answered that question?
She said that the
Outside,
committee
please.
chair and...
I'll
Would
be
you
happy
please
to
leave?
If you agree to that, I'll be happy to leave.
Would you please
Are we
leave?
having to revote, Pixie? Because that's
Did
what
Al
it's
Gore
about.
get a revote, Mary?
So we
Come on.
don't get a revote?
Would you please leave the building?
Interesting comparison.
Would you please leave?
Did Al Gore get a revote?
Well, the last time it was,
Petitions now! Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now!
okay, do you want me to read it? Okay, what?
Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now! Count the petitions now!
I think that at the very end, nobody checked your count. I think that's what we want to know. The chair's count. Why wasn't the chair's final count checked? Because there was no final count on Thursday. But there were provisional ballots that were not verified and couldn't be counted until Friday. Those provisional ballots were not enough to change the vote count. That's why I told the elections committee that it had passed. And I thanked them and they left.
But
When, excuse me, let me finish. When we finished, when we, on Friday afternoon, when 2 members of the elections committee came in, they took the verified ballots and they counted them and they added them to the total. Saturday morning, I posted the numbers that the elections committee gave me. They were so close, I talked to the executive board and said, we need to do a recount. Even though the elections committee did a fantastic job counting, because the vote was so close, I felt that it was important that everybody was